Hey guys, Matt here, and it is May 17th, 2021. I am preparing to do my 25 book submission, 9/8 pre-screen to CGC, and I figured I'd show off some of the books that are going in, even though it's going to take quite a while for them to probably get back. But I wanted to go through some of them and kind of show off some covers for people who may be interested in some what I think are potentially good spec books in the future. So let's get started. First one up is Captain America, and this is Steve Rogers. This is number one. This is the Hail Hydra one, where Captain America is revealed to be an agent of Hydra. This is the second print, and you can tell that by the blue writing. The number one, or the first one, is in red on the top. So cover A is red. This is a second print. And it even mentions it at the bottom with the blue. So a big spec book. We don't know if there's going to be anything with Chris Evans coming back as like an agent of Hydra, but nonetheless, I figured I'd submit it. Second print right now seems to be, a lot of them are very hot, so we're going to take a shot and see how we do on that one. Next book up, X-Men 283, and this one is the first full appearance of Bishop. 282 is really a very popular book. I already have that in a 9.8, and I have submitted a couple of these. This is a brand new copy that I just picked up recently. I've been trying to get a 283 in a 9.8, and I have not been successful. This could be my third time submitting it, and we're going to take a shot with this one and see how we do. But, you know, another spec with potential for the MCU. The next book, this is a big book, and for more reasons than one. Number one, this is a Panini French edition, and anyone who may be familiar with the cover can tell that this is basically the all new Marvel Now. This is the first full appearance of Kamala Khan, and this is the McNiven variant, just in French. And you can tell just by the, by the markings here, as well as the label on the cover is just a little different, but the photo is, for the most part, the same. And you can see here the Panini one. There's 4 graded on the census, 298s, 296s. I actually have one of those 9.8s. I also have a 9.6, and it was actually mislabeled. They didn't label it with the French edition, so it actually just has the standard McNiven one. So I have a 9.8 and a 9.6, but we're going to submit this one and hopefully go for a 9.8. This one I did press, and we're going to see how this one comes out. But this is a huge book. Whether it's English or French, it's still a great spec book, and I don't even think it'd be spec now because everybody knows Kamala Khan is going to be appearing. So next one I have is 2 copies, and this is A-Force, and this one is the Midtown variant. And specifically with this one, I really have spent and bought a lot of covers of the A-Force. There's a variation of different ones out there. This is the Midtown one. Really nice looking cover. I already have cover A, which is the first appearance of Singularity. That's all of these covers, but I have cover A in a 9.8, and I also have the Scotty Young variant, and I'm going to be showing you guys off a couple of raw copies because I'm submitting them. This is the first team appearance of A-Force, which is the all-women's team, and I think this has a good shot of turning up in the MCU with an all-women's team. So I do think, especially with She-Hulk on this, I think there's a potential for this. Cover A's have been going about $150 to $175. The Scotty Young variant that I actually had, I sold one copy because I already have a 9.8, and that one sold for $175. So, a nice book that people seem to like, and so I'm going to be submitting. I don't have any of these covers. This is the Midtown one, so we're going to see if I can hit both of them on that. I also have, and I might as well pull that out of my one, another, as I said, the Scotty Young variant, which is right here, and I'm submitting 4 copies of that one. And this is just a really, really nice cover. I really am digging Scotty Young's work the more and more I see it. So those are 4 more covers for A-Force. The next one that I'll be submitting is Taskmaster. This is number 3. This is cover A, and this particular one is that first appearance of, and I'm going to butcher the name, Taegagui. It's a Korean superhero. There's a variant to the cover A, which is I think it's a 1 in 25 or 1 in 50. It's beautiful. Looks almost kind of like the backside of Black Widow reflection, but it's a really hot cover. There is second prints and third prints on this book, but this is cover A for this one. So we're going to submit it and see how we do. That is not anything I expect to see in the near future, but maybe later down the road we may see something come out of that. The next book is Angela, and this is Angela number 1. This is cover A. Now, I already have this particular one in a 9/8. I was able to secure another copy, and I think they're fairly inexpensive, about $10. These go for graded in a 9/8 about $140 to $170. So, for a $10 investment, I really think it's worthwhile. So I picked up another cover. This one I'm going to submit and see if it hits a 9/8, and then I'll probably just end up selling this copy because I already have one. But Angela, there's a lot of talks. This is not her first appearance. This is a first appearance of Sarah, a former Angel or Angela's lover in this one. And I believe it's a parents of one of the daughters of Odin and Freya, I think is in here too, I believe, but not her first appearance. That's Spawn number, I think it's Spawn number 9. And then there's ones in the Marvel continuity, as far as her first appearance. And I believe that is her cameo is Age of Ultron 10, and her first full appearance, is a different book, and I'm sure it will come to me, but if not, you can leave it in the comments below. But regardless, Angela's a spec. There's been talks whether she's going to be in the new Thor one, as far as the as Guardians of the Galaxy team appearance that may come up. So there's some spec that they may do with her, and I'm going to see where that one goes. So next one was a really hot book, and I've actually got 2 copies. I've already sent out one, but I got 2 more. This is Captain America number 25. This is the cover A. This is basically the first appearance of Sam Wilson, in essence, taking up the mantle of Captain America. So this is definitely a nice cover A one. There's a number of variants. I'm going to show you another one that I'm actually submitting as well as those 2. This is the Stomp Out Bullying variant, and like I said, this is another number 25. There's, I think, about 6 or 7 different variants that you can pick up. Cover A typically goes for about anywhere from $50 to $75. It's been going up a little bit more, obviously, since the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Some of these variants you can pick up pretty cheap. I was able to pick this one up, I think, for somewhere about $20. You just got to go digging to see it, because most of the people don't realize, they all know cover A, but not some of the variants. And I'm a big supporter and believer that if you can't score the cover A's and you can get the variants, go for the variants. It's the same book, it's the same appearance. For the most part, and I think it still will hold some value, although some may find that cover A is a little bit more desirable. So moving on, we've got Miles Morales. This is the second print of number 13, and this one is not only the first full appearance, but first cover appearance of Billy Morales on the cover, and this is actually comes from the actual inside the comics, and they did a second printing with this on it. So there is a cover A. I do have that. There's obviously a lot more going on in cover A, but the second print cover tends to be a little bit more desirable because it shows her in this front cover. And everybody was talking about America Chavez and number 3, which has her sister revealed. I think this is another huge book that's being passed upon right now. I know it is fairly pricey in about $20 to $30, but I think it's a great time to get it if you can, whether you get cover A or this, second print one. I think that they have room to do something with his sister once they bring him in. So it's a little bit of a long-term spec, but I think it's a worthwhile one. So we're going to move on to Moon Knight. And this has been a book that's been kind of a little bit hot and on the radar now. So this is Moon Knight number 188. And this particular one is the first appearance of the Sun King. And what has been rumored right now is Ethan Hawke has been seen doing some shooting and being covered up. And so people are speculating, and this is pure speculation, that this may be him portraying the Sun King in the upcoming Moon Knight series. So this is cover A. This one will set you back anywhere from, I would say, $20 to $30 in a near mint. Sometimes they're selling them for higher, but I think you could score this one. I think I paid about $21 or $22 for cover A. But if you're willing to go with one of the variants, this one has a number of variants, and I'm going to show you. So this is one of the headshot variants for 188. And this one, I've got 2 copies, which I'm going to be submitting. This one was $4.50. So a much more affordable one. Like I said, if you can step away from cover A and go with a variant one, you might be able to pick something like this up for super cheap. I mean, you could basically buy, 4 or 5 of these for the same price you're going to pay for a cover A. And if you're looking for a 9.8 or want to submit, and possibly get 2 and pay for itself, this is a good way to do it. So another nice book if you can bypass the cover A. And I have one other one, and this is another Moon Knight 188, and this one is the lenticular cover. So it's a thicker cardstock, and it's more of that little kind of motion cover on it. But again, another one of 188, and this one was about $9, $8 or $9. And like I said, if you same book, same guts, same first appearance. If you're willing to just go buy a cover B, C, or another variant cover, you could save some money if you're looking to do it that way. So I'm a big believer in that. I don't necessarily need to have cover A. As far as I'm concerned, the variants hold their price just as well. Maybe not as much as some of the cover A's, but still a good one to have. Next one, not a big spec book, Amazing Spider-Man 264. It's just a nice Spidey conditioned book. I want to throw it in with the mix of some of my newer books and see how well we do. I usually throw 1 or 2 in of some of what I'll call the 80s books and see if they hit. So this is one of the ones. Nothing big about this book. It's just a nice condition Spidey book. So ASM 264 is going in the mix. So the next one is another book that's been really popular right now, and this is Mighty Avengers. This is number 1, but this is volume 2. And what this is the issue where Monica Rambeau becomes, let's see if I can get that better for you without the glare, and I apologize. Monica Rambeau becomes Spectrum. So, the talk is obviously the Marvels, which is going to be, in essence, or was Captain Marvel 2 is going to be the Marvels. We know that Monica Rambeau has now got some powers, and the question is, what are we going to call her? Is she going to be Captain Marvel? Is she going to be Spectrum? Is she going to be Photon? So this is cover A. This book is selling approximately $30 right now, and in a 9.8, this book is going for almost $200, I believe. And I have another cover, which is the Deadpool variant cover. Like I said, this one cost me $15, basically half the price. For cover D on this one, there's a bunch of other covers. I'm fine with cover A or cover D hitting, either one. So a couple more books, and the next one is Captain America, Sam Wilson, number 3. I'm going to forget the number. And this is basically the first appearance of Joaquin Torres, who later becomes the new Falcon. This book is going for about $30 to $50 right now. After the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think they're going to be using him some more, and they're going to develop his character. 2 more books. Next one, Venom versus Carnage. This is number 1. And this particular one is, if you've seen the new trailer out, this is basically the first appearance of Pat Mulligan, who later becomes Toxin. He becomes Toxin in number 2, and this is kind of the first cameo, I would say, appearance. This book is going for about $50 to $70. I paid $60 for this one, and cover 2, I believe, is about going for about the same, maybe a little bit more now, because he actually becomes Toxin, and so people are a little bit more up on that one. So still another good book. They showed him in the trailer, and so we're going to see if anything becomes of Patrick. Maybe nothing does, but I think Sony's going to do something with him because they're really invested in the symbiote universe right now. And our last book is the New Avengers number 54. And again, another one of my variant kind of covers. This is the first full appearance and origin of Brother Voodoo, who later becomes Dr. Voodoo and becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. This is another nice book. If you can't afford the Strange Tales, the first appearance of Dr. Voodoo, this is another one that may spec out because he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme in this one. So, paid $5 for it, and we'll see. So that's my May books. As again, please like, comment, let me know what you think. As soon as I get my books back, we'll do an unboxing. But this one's going in for May, and I appreciate everybody for watching, and have a great day. See you in the next video.